Welcome back to our series, Why You Do This and Don't Realize It. Today we are talking about something I think we all know, that feeling when your brain just leaps straight to the absolute worst-case scenario. You know, that immediate sinking feeling when some small, uncertain thing happens. We're going to get into why our brains do that and, more importantly, what we can do about it.
It's a weird thought, isn't it? But when it's happening, that disaster movie playing out in your head, it doesn't feel irrational at all. It feels like you're just being smart, being prepared for what might happen. And that is exactly what makes this whole pattern so incredibly sneaky.
It really is, because what feels like you're being so careful and responsible is usually just anxiety grabbing the steering wheel. It takes one little moment of not knowing and turns it into this huge, dramatic story. It's a habit that just quietly steals your peace of mind.
So, let's break down how this disaster story actually works. The truly wild part is the speed. We're talking seconds. How a tiny, tiny flicker of doubt can explode into a full-blown catastrophe in your mind. And it almost always starts with something ridiculously small. So imagine this. A friend, your partner, is just quiet. That's it. That's the only fact you have. Their vibe is just a little bit off. But your braino, it does not wait around for more information.
Nope. It immediately jumps into fill in the blanks. And let's be honest, it never fills them in with, oh, they're probably just thinking about what to have for dinner. No way. The first conclusion is almost always negative. A little seed of worry gets planted.
And that little seed grows fast. Suddenly, that one quiet moment isn't just a mood anymore. Oh no. Now it's evidence. It's proof of a much, much bigger problem. Your brain has already written the script where the whole connection is failing.
And boom, just like that, in a matter of moments, you've gone from a simple observation, they're quiet, to this fully imagined future of loss and pain. And the craziest part? Your body is now reacting as if that future is happening right now.
This whole process, it has a name: catastrophizing. And the key phrase on this slide, the one that really gets me, is reacts emotionally as if they're real. This isn't just you daydreaming. Your body's pumping out real stress hormones, your heart is racing, all in response to a threat you literally just invented.
So you have to be asking, why on earth would our brains do this to us? It seems so unhelpful, right? But it's actually rooted in a super primitive, really essential survival instinct. You could say it's a feature, not a bug. It's just a feature that is constantly misfiring in our modern world. At its very core, your brain's #1 job is to keep you safe. It is constantly scanning your world for anything that might signal danger. And look, that is incredibly useful if you're, being chased by a lion. It is way less useful when you get a one-word text message.
And when you're already stressed, this system goes into overdrive. It gets hyper-vigilant. If you've been hurt or surprised by bad news in the past, it gets even more sensitive. It starts to see uncertainty itself as a threat. So it rushes to create answers, and these are the protective answers it comes up with. It thinks it's helping you avoid getting caught off guard, but really, it's just making up new things to be scared of.
And this right here is the absolute key. The second this pattern takes over, you've completely disconnected from what's actually happening. You are living in and reacting to a future that your own mind just cooked up out of fear.
Okay, so right about now, you might be thinking, hey, I'm not panicking, I'm just being realistic. Or I'm just trying to plan for every possibility. And that's fair. But there is a huge, critical line between actually preparing for something and just spiraling into panic. Let's look at that difference. This chart just lays it out so clearly. Real, calm planning, it's structured, it's specific, it leads to actions you can actually take. Catastrophizing, it's just pure chaotic emotion. It's a spiral that creates this desperate feeling of urgency, but with absolutely zero clarity on what to do. It makes you feel like you have to do something right now, even when there's no actual problem to solve yet.
And here's the physical toll it takes, which is so important to understand. Your nervous system has no idea that the threat is imaginary. When you tell yourself that disaster story, your body lives through it. Your heart rate goes up, your muscles get tight, your focus is shot, all because your brain created an imagined certainty. So the big question, how do we get out of this exhausting cycle? The key isn't to pretend you're never afraid. It's about learning to stop letting that fear write the ending to every story. And there's a simple 3-step method you can use to interrupt this pattern right as it's happening.
Okay, step 1, just slow down and label the story. Say it out loud if you have to. Okay, this is a fear story. This is not reality. That alone creates a little bit of space.
Step 2, ground yourself in what you actually know. What are the proven facts? Not your predictions, the facts. And a lot of the time, the honest answer is, I don't know enough yet. And that's okay. Finally, step 3, remind yourself that feeling uncomfortable is not the same as being in danger. A bad feeling is just a feeling, it is not a fact.
And look, practicing these steps is a game changer, because letting this pattern run your life has a huge cost. It's not just about feeling a little anxious. It's about what that constant, low-grade anxiety steals from you every single day. But the reward for breaking free, it's immense.
I mean, just think about it. This habit completely drains your energy, fighting off futures that probably won't even happen. It messes with your sleep, it clouds your judgment, it can even damage your relationships when you start reacting to the scary story in your head instead of the real person standing in front of you. It literally keeps your body in a constant state of tension, and that just robs you of being present and at peace. And this right here, this is the perspective shift that can change everything. Those worst-case thoughts, they feel so powerful and so true in the moment, right? But they are not secret messages from the future. They are just well-worn, rehearsed pathways in your brain that it automatically takes when it feels stressed. And that is the most powerful part of all of this. This isn't some permanent flaw in your personality. It is a pattern. It's a mental muscle that you've just overtrained. And just like any other habit, you can train a new one. You can build new pathways in your brain that lead to clarity instead of chaos. And you can reclaim all of that energy that's been getting wasted.
So I'll leave you with this one question to take with you. The next time you feel that familiar dread start to creep in, just pause and ask yourself, am I responding to reality right now, or am I responding to a story my mind has rehearsed 1,000 times before? Just recognizing that difference, that's the first and biggest step to getting your peace of mind back.